back. Did you miss me? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Apologies for nothing. I know none of you were probably waiting for it, but I was finishing up with my job that I had. Thank God that's over. Just kidding. I was also finishing up personal projects that I was working on, which you may or may not be able to listen to soon. And then I also went on a trip to Montreal, which was really fun. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a lot of that being posted, so that was really cool. But when I got back, I was like, you know what, it's time to get back into, one, this, and two, I'm like, you know what, I have too much clothes for some reason. I was just like, I have too much clothes. A lot of it was just given to me, and I just have so much of it, and I have it everywhere in there. It was all in there, and it was just like, you know, some drawers were really hard to open up, and I'm like, you know what, I probably don't even wear half of the stuff that's in here. So I went through it, and I just looked through everything, evaluated what either was good, like what was comfortable, what I liked. Some of it I kept. I'm a pretty sentimental guy, so I kept some of it simply because it was from a special part in my life, I guess, or I had a really special memory attached to it, or someone special in my life got it for me.
Those are the ones Logan got me. I can't do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw these out there. The ones Violet got me. But Violet got them from me. Because Twiggy bought me. I have to keep them. Twiggy bought me. Anything Twiggy bought me, I have to keep. We gotta keep them. You gotta keep what the boys gave. What I got with the boys. Gabe got me this.
Or I just thought it looked cool. That was another thing I just sometimes kept stuff for. So, yeah.
I like the sharks. They're cool. I won't wear them, but I'll keep them. Bro, who is this, bro? That is not Pac-Man.
So now I have still a lot of clothes, but I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look to see if I can expand my wardrobe by looking on websites. And I'll look at Shein a lot, because Grace will buy stuff from Shein, and I'm like, that's a cool Nyan Cat rug. I'm a cop it, and I do. I'm gonna turn 20 in like 20 days, by the way. So that's awesome. So I'll buy stuff from there, clothes too, you know. And then, let me see your toes. Yeah, so I'll buy stuff from there, and then randomly the other day on Snapchat, I got an ad. It was like 18 plus, like 18 years or older only stuff on Temu. And I'm like, why is Temu giving me freaky ass ads on my Snapchat? So I had to investigate. I was like, you know what? It's a good opportunity. I'm gonna go look for stuff on Temu, see what I can find, and see what it's all about, because I hear a lot of times that it's not good. Last night, looked on a bunch of just different Temu stuff just to see what was up, and I found some pretty interesting stuff. It started off first, I found like a ton of chicken jockey shirts, just like a bunch of them, like back to back to back, and one was like this full-on two-piece chicken jockey suit, which I mean is kind of cool. Everything is wicked cheap if you're looking for a two-piece chicken jockey suit for $10. What can go wrong, you know? I also found this, which is kind of cool. This is a fluorescent gaming sweater. That's interesting. Honestly, it looks like this kid is wearing a lime green sweater, and they've just used a green screen effect to like kind of cut it out and put just this, like, you look up like cool gaming backgrounds online, and then they put that behind. I'm actually curious. If I do look up cool gaming background, I wonder if I can find something at least similar to this. Yeah, I literally did. The like 4th or 5th result was a gaming controller with like neon colors. You know, if you want to pay $10 for that, go ahead. This kid looks kind of angry though. Not sure how I feel about that. Next, kind of a relevant one, because Happy Gilmore 2 just came out. There's a pin or something. I don't actually know what this is. It's some sort of... What actually is this? Huh? I thought it was like a pin, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I actually don't know what this is. Anyway, it's Happy Gilmore related, which is kind of cool, you know, because a lot of times I find, like, if I go shopping, you know, like, it takes a while to find something kind of niche like this. Whereas when you're online, like Amazon, you can just, like, look up, like, Happy Gilmore and find a bunch of stuff. And I like that because I'm a big pop culture guy. I like when I can find stuff that I wouldn't normally be able to find in a store online. That's what online shopping, that's the joy of it to me, you know? This is so weird they can't possibly have it in a store. So right now Temu is nailing that for me. It seems like it's a decent shop, you know, even with like the chicken jockey stuff and that video game stuff. That's kind of interesting. Then we found this, which is like a swim trunks with pockets. Now I have like 3 swim trunks as of right now because I put 2 in my bag to give away. All of them have pockets and none of them look like that. So I don't really know what's going on here. Is this, you gotta roll up the leg to put it in the lining underneath? Because that seems a bit inconvenient when I have some that just work like normal shorts that I can just put in like right here. I don't have to, like, you know, do like this, you know? So I don't really get what's up with that. But see, because I'm kind of confused because it's showing pockets on the swim trunks. So is this just going to show that, hey, here's the pockets, that's how you get them? Really confused by that. Honestly, that should be shown better. There was another one I found with flamingos and the lining was like multicolored. This one doesn't really look like it has any pockets. It's just kind of showing that, hey, it's like a gradient beach short. Beach shorts.
I hate my life.
So don't really know what the hype of that is because no one is really gonna see that. Just weird stuff. Anyways, next I don't really know what compelled this. So I guess supposed to believe that Temu and fishing, a lot of people who go fishing use Temu for some reason. Because the amount of fishing products and like not even just fishing products but like shirts where the topic of the shirts are fishing or whatever is, let me just show you. This first one I saw was a sweater that says, wish I was fishing, with a fish. And then I found croc gibbets.
What?
Just all about loving the art and the grind of fishing. And then a salmon LED neon light, which I think was one of the most expensive things I found on Temu. What is it with fishing? And let's see how many were sold for each of them. Like, look, 6K plus sold, 5.7K plus sold for the gibbets, 282 sold, probably because it's a bit expensive. Here's another one, WTF. Where's the fish? 498 sold. By the looks of it, this is like a computer-generated model, which is kind of smart because they're kind of saving money on getting models to pose up, but it looks really weird. They're trying to make him look as human-y as possible, and it looks like a Sims character. Here's another one, fish birthday cards.
What?
Best fishes on your birthday. Which is a play on best wishes, I guess, because fish is grammatically incorrect.
Yeah, so it turns out it's actually not. The plural of fish is fish. So just like if there's 2 fish, it's fish. But if there's multiple species, turns out it's fishes. So not entirely grammatically correct. So, you know, you learn something new every day, I guess.
I just genuinely can't fathom, like, there's got to be a lot of fisher guys or girls, fisher guys or girls, fisher people. There's fisher people on Temu, and they love their Temu fishing people things. Because I don't see any other reason why you'd want to get a fish birthday card. One piece, just one for $2. Make it yourself at that point. This one was just kind of funny because it's another AI model. And I'm not gonna lie, he's putting that on and he looks kind of tough. It's just so off-putting to see a AI model. It really takes you out of the fact that this might be a safe place to shop, you know? When I see real people wearing the clothes that a company is selling, it's like, oh, hey, people bought this and it got to them okay and they have it. This is like, am I gonna get this? Is this even real? What am I gonna get when I order this if my information doesn't get stolen in the process? This was a funny one. It says, because I'm Mike, that's why. Which I guess is something that Mike would wear. And it's probably something he would say after someone asked him, yo, Mike, why'd you do that? He'd be like, because I'm Mike. That's why. Here's another fishing one. Born to go fishing, forced to go to school. I didn't realize fishing was like this serious of a thing that kids would, like I can see, like rather be gaming, forced to go to school, born to be skateboarding, forced to go to school, born to be watching TV, forced to go to school, born to be doom scrolling at this point. I don't know. Like never would I've ever thought that a kid like would want to brag about rather be fishing than going to school. This scared the hell out of me. This is a gun. It just looked like a gun. I was like, yo, why are we just selling a gun on Temu? It's actually a foam blaster toy. I don't really know why we have to make it so realistic, Who's gonna be allowed anywhere with this? Because it just looks legit. It scared the hell out of me. I was like, wow, that's just a gun on Temu. This was pretty interesting looking. A migraine hat. I've never seen these in my life, but they're like one of the weirdest looking things. I guess what it does is squeezes your head so much that just the migraine like pops out the top. That's what it looks like is happening here. 71K plus sold though. A lot of people want this.
Usually you put those in the freezer and then
the coolness would kill the. Okay, right. Okay. Well, I like the idea of the migraine popping out the top more though. I only got one picture of these, but I saw a couple like fishing. It was fishing and pickles.
What?
A lot of both. And this is just a pickles sweater with pickle jars on the back. The reviews are great, and a lot of people bought it. I'm just wondering, what's the hype on pickles? Why would we want to wear this? If you do, that's awesome. That's great for you. I'm not gonna judge you, but why? What is like, dude? I want a pickle sweater. Like, how much do you have to love pickles to want that? Like, to be fair, I love chicken pot pie. Would I wear a chicken pot pie sweater? Maybe. I really don't know. I would have to see how it looks, but if it just said chicken pot pie and it had a bunch of different pot pies in the back, I probably wouldn't wear that. There was another one that was like a socks, and I think it said something like smells like pickles or something. That's another one I don't really know why you'd want to brag about that, Alright, this next one is a digital breath alcohol test for at-home use. Why? Another fishing product.
Oh my god.
Another fishing shirt. This one says, here, fishy, fishy, fishy. And what really took me out about this one is, one, look at how wrinkly the shirt is. And also just how jacked this AI guy is. And like he's just super tough and he's just like, here, fishy, fishy, fishy. And he's like, meanwhile, he's like he's like just showing how cool he is. I wouldn't expect this guy to say that, personally. So that's what's kind of funny about it. Only 15 people have bought it. And the reviews look like they're maxed out. But what's interesting is that it doesn't look like anyone's left a review. So do we just assume the product's great? This is a keychain you'd give to, I'm assuming, a loved one saying, I love you more than you love fishing. I guess you'd give this to someone who really loves fishing, and they'd be like, whoa, I never thought I'd love anything or anyone more than fishing, because it's fishing and it's awesome. That's just really funny. I don't know what I did for Temu to think I'd want to see fishing products, but anyway. So, like I said at the start, the thing that kind of made me do this video was to look at these, well, to see what these freaky 18 plus Temu products are. What could we possibly be selling on Temu, And I wasn't seeing much of it unless fishing is code for something else. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something that I could regret and type in 18 plus. And they didn't seem to understand what the plus symbol meant. So I literally had to write out 18 plus. And here's what I found. Warning, adult content, 18 plus. This is just a sign to have for your like party room or something, I guess. Here's an 18 plus neon sign. They love their neon signs. Looks like it's placed in a living room, which is an interesting place to put that. I mean, it looks kind of cool, to be honest. I won't buy it, but plus size official adult 18 shirt, which you get for someone's birthday, and fittingly enough, it's 18 bucks. I was expecting way more, and it's really funny because I get this and it looks rather childish. So happy I'm 18 today, which I don't know if anyone's really ever said that except this girl. Now this is one of the weirder ones. I'm still not really sure what this is. Is this like one of those, what do you call them, like things that make your breath smell good? But this is a picture of the devil. What I think this could be, since it's an adult gathering game, this is spray that you spray in your mouth and it just makes you say like crazy, like gives you the voice of Satan, essentially. Like you just spray it and all of a sudden you're like,
yo, like, sell me your soul.
Like, I don't know, that would be my best guess, because it looks like it could be one of those sprays for your mouth to make it smell good, but again, it's Satan. So, this is a really funny shirt, because it makes you look like you're a fat, hairy guy. Yeah, that's a huge belly button, though, actually.
Huh?
Hey, this is another trend I saw for these skeleton thing that just say stuff in the skeleton's like, and it says, walk away. I am a grumpy old man. I love dogs more than humans. I have anger issues and a serious dislike for because that's like, hell yeah, dude. Grumpy old guy. Here's another one. Gen X, the badass generation. Before all you sissies were born. Because that's super cool. When someone calls me in, I get this warm feeling inside because my work here is done. And then he looks like a gangster skeleton, you know, and he's like got that smirk on him, you know, because he's now, I guess, I don't know. When I was born, the devil said,
Oh, competition.
and that's badass. This guy's got fangs. You don't want to mess with him. I'm never alone. My demons are with me 24/7. That's hard. DeWalt. That's all it says. It's just DeWalt with a skeleton. Because if you have DeWalt stuff, you're a badass.
What's up, guys?
Here's another thing. One person has bought this. Grilled cheese Obama sandwich.
Huh?
I'm kind of realizing maybe Temu is like the real life Roblox store. You know, because you know those weird like shirts you used to be able to buy on Roblox like forever ago? That would just be randomly, just be a cat like on a ceiling like this.
Plug.
That's what this is making me think of. Here's one that was really funny.
Oh my god.
Look at this one. It's like a shirt. Looks like the graphic of the shirt is on the inside. So you put it over and you like become a ninja. That's pretty awesome. This was also in the 18 plus section. So not sure what it is about. I'm sure a kid would love this, but I guess it's adult activities or something. I don't know. I think this was where I started to realize that maybe I should not be doing this any longer. This is what looks like a naked mole rat. Like a PNG of a naked mole rat on a black t-shirt, and he looks like he's meditating, and only one person has bought this, and I can understand why. Again, just further proves the point of the Roblox store real life. This was, I think, the last thing I saw. It was a cat running away with a fish, a raw fish from a chef, and I think the chef behind him is really angry, and I think it's probably because he's someone who does a lot of fishing, and he's really upset that this cat just took the fish that he worked so hard and skipped school to catch. So that was the Temu journey. I probably won't be buying anything from Temu ever. So, but is it, when you rank it on places like Amazon and like Shein maybe, and just any other store that's strictly online, it's definitely an online store. Like, you can find a lot of weird things on other stores, in my opinion. Just the weirdest thing about this one is just the amount of the same things that you find, you know, in my experience, because again, maybe someone else will look and won't find anything about fishing, but why did I, someone who's never actually probably thought about any kind of fishing or fish related thing ever. Why am I just out of nowhere getting fishing stuff on my Temu? I don't know. But that's probably gonna wrap it up. Hopefully this made you laugh or cry. Both of them would be fair reactions to what we saw.
Yeah.
So leave a like, subscribe if you want to, comment if you have anything to say. There's probably a lot there to generate conversation. I'll see you in the next one, and keep it breezy.
Shout out Twiggy, got me these. Say no to pot.